Now on Good Morning El Paso, after 2 weeks, closing arguments of a Santa Fe sheriff's deputy accused of killing his partner. A look at what the jury will now consider.
Fans around the world are preparing to bid their final goodbyes to boxing legend Muhammad Ali. This morning, we take a look outside one memorial where crowds are already starting to gather.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC7's Good Morning El Paso.
Rise and shine, and a very good morning to El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez. I'm Stephanie Valle.
And I'm Floren. Good morning, everyone. Let's get right to meteorologist Crystal Cly. It's heating up out there. Literally.
Already, Crystal.
That's exactly right. Temperatures this morning, there's just not a chill to the air anymore. It's not that time of year. Look at your numbers here on some of our ABC7 Storm Track WeatherNet sites. Here at the KVIA studios, 74 degrees. And I felt it walking in. It felt pretty nice. 71 where we are at Fabens Elementary, 73 Texas Tech Health Sciences School, and 75 degrees at Rosa Garro Elementary. These temperatures, as we move throughout the rest of today, they'll be climbing. We're talking some of the hottest numbers we've seen so far this year. Now, we have officially hit our first triple-digit day. We're looking right around that over the next several days as we move into the afternoon hours. On your clouds and radar map, what we're dealing with currently here is that we've got mostly just some clouds out there. Now, we do have some scattered activity out to the east. That is dying down as well, but we could see some spot showers, Culberson, Hudspeth County this morning. Otherwise, rain not likely early this morning. As we move into the later part of today, early tonight, might see a shower though. We'll talk more about that coming up.
All right, thanks, Crystal. Closing arguments begin today for the murder trial of Tai Chan. He is the former deputy accused of killing his colleague Jeremy Martin at the Hotel Encanto in 2014. On Friday, Chan took the stand in his own defense and said it was Martin who had the gun first. Chan and Martin were staying the night in Las Cruces. They were supposed to head back to Santa Fe the next morning. But Chan says after a night of drinking, an argument over a double homicide case pushed Martin over the edge. Chan says Martin punched him repeatedly and hit him with his gun. He alleges Martin threatened to shoot him.
So I ran out the door and just started shooting, and I remember him running away and then saying, okay, he's gone, I can stop shooting.
The prosecution says Chan deliberately and willfully killed his colleague. When asked why Chan didn't call 911 before the problem escalated, Chan said he didn't want to get Martin in trouble. We'll be in the courtroom today and continue to update you on air and online.
To round-the-clock coverage from Socorro, a truck rolled over at the intersection of North Loop and Waletka Drive around 3 this morning. And we have video from the scene. Emergency crews tell us a man in a truck was speeding and ended up rolling over. The man was able to get out on his own, and emergency crews say he did not need to be taken to the hospital. The scene is expected to be cleared for your morning commute.
Meanwhile, officials have not identified the man who was pulled from a canal yesterday afternoon. It happened in far east El Paso. The fire department's water rescue team was called out to the 10,000 block of Southside. That's near the Jonathan W. Rogers plant treatment. The call came in just before 1 o'clock after a Border Patrol agent spotted the man's body in a canal. The water rescue team recovered the body. It was actually wedged between vegetation. The fire department warns the public to stay away from canals, even though they don't look deep. There are currents that can sweep you away.
An apartment fire leaves about $30,000 worth of damage behind. It happened in central El Paso around 10 Sunday morning on the 3000 block of San Antonio at Raynor. 2 apartments in the building caught fire. 75% of one unit was damaged. Officials say no one was hurt. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
Just across the border, Juarez elected its mayor yesterday. Early poll results show Armando Cavada winning the election. His closest contender, Hector Murguia, who's been the mayor twice before. Final election results will be released 3 days from now. The State Electoral Institute is reporting more than half of eligible voters turned out. Armando Cavada was the independent candidate who ran against Murguia. Cavada says that he plans on working closely with El Paso Mayor Oscar Leeser, trying to bring the two cities closer.
He
says El Paso and Juarez are dependent on each other's economy, and it's important that they be promoted together.
The next local and state elections will come sooner than usual, too. The mayor and state representatives will be chosen 2 years from now instead of the usual 3. And the governor will be chosen in 5 years instead of 6. And this is to line up local and state elections together with federal ones and streamline the entire process.
The goodbyes continue for boxing great Muhammad Ali. Dozens filled a mosque in Louisville, Kentucky last night for an interfaith memorial service in Ali's honor. It was held hours after his casket arrived as preparations continue for his funeral. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has more.
Hi, and this memorial outside of the Muhammad Ali Center is growing this morning. People stopping by to pay their respects to the icon who died on Friday in an Arizona hospital of septic shock following a 32-year battle with Parkinson's disease. Ali's body was flown here to his hometown of Louisville Sunday as his funeral plans are finalized. The details planned by Ali himself. There will be a private service for immediate family on Thursday, then a massive public tribute on Friday. It'll start with a slow procession down Muhammad Ali Boulevard, followed by an interfaith memorial service with former President Bill Clinton and comedian Billy Crystal among those delivering eulogies. Thousands of people are expected to attend, but for those who can't be here, the service will be streamed live online. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Louisville.
A county prosecutor in Ohio may announce today whether the parents of a 3-year-old boy who fell in the gorilla enclosure at the Cincinnati Zoo will face charges. Zoo officials shot and killed a rare silverback gorilla named Harambe after the child entered the enclosure, and they feared for the boy's safety. According to authorities, the boy's mother was with the child when he slipped past a fence and went into the exhibit. Since the incident, the boy's parents were barraged with criticism and calls for them to face criminal charges.
All right, 6:07, time for weather and traffic on the 7s. Let's talk heat.
Yes, Crystal, it's hot.
It is. That forecast for today, a very hot one. 78 at 8 a.m. by noon, 92 degrees, and your forecast high 99 at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Still warm, 96 by 6 p.m., so your commute home going to be a hot one. Light to breezy winds in that forecast. Isolated 10% chance of rain as we move late day, early evening. That's about it. No guarantee on showers here, just a spot chance of rain for you. And as we move along, here's the heads up. The next several days, this is what you'll have to do. Dress for the heat and toss the umbrella in the car with spotty chances of rain. Good news, winds aren't too strong in the days to come. We'll have more on all of that coming up. But now, let's head to traffic.
Thank you, Crystal, and good morning to you as we take a look at our ABC7 traffic track. Things looking really good. The traffic that we were seeing here on Montana is getting faster. Was about 17 miles per hour earlier. Now you're looking about 31 miles per hour as you're heading west. Do also want to let you guys know about a closure on I-10 East exit 28A. That exit ramp is closed. It might affect your morning commute if you're heading eastbound. And now we'll take a look at our ABC7 text dot cameras. I-10 at Yarborough. Road's looking pretty good right now. Have another update for you in 10 minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Mauricio. If you missed ABC7 Extra last night, traffic was the talk of the night. It's been the talk of the town lately. We had local officials here in our studio talking about all projects that will soon ease congestion on our busy roadways. But, of course, before that happens, we're dealing with the mess and the headache. We have Good Morning El Paso's Denise Olivas live to explain. Good morning, Denise.
Good morning, Hillary. With all the road construction projects happening, most of us have already had to deal with the headaches caused by that congestion and the delays and the detours, of course. The Border West Expressway and the GO 10 project are the two major projects happening right now in West El Paso and affecting traffic throughout the west side. TxDOT's El Paso District Engineer Bob Bielig says the construction of one project affects the other because they will both eventually connect to I-10. Bielig says we'd be dealing with closures for much longer if the work was not done simultaneously.
We would disrupt traffic for 7 to 8 years instead of 4 years. And that's ultimately the reason that we do it at one time.
And of course, that means for the next few months, the next few years, you might want to think about just taking extra time before you head on the roadways. And of course, as I always like to mention, pack your patience as well, because you'll definitely need it, especially if you're traveling throughout West El Paso. For now, we're live on the west side. Denise Olivas, ABC7.
All right, thanks so much, Denise.
It's crunch time, and Hillary Clinton is getting a step closer to winning the nomination with a win over the weekend. Meanwhile, what Bernie Sanders is doing before tomorrow's big primary elections. It's 6:10, and this is ABC7, where news comes first.